Hello friend, in my last video I was working on the subdomain and I showed you that I created a subdomain that was input.swarupapp.in, and in this video I would not work on subdomain, but I will get back to my root domain. So this is my root domain and I'm back with the SSL implementation. So that means it is working on right now at port 443 because I have already implemented SSL. So if I refresh the page, yes, I'm getting the to-do application perfectly well. And now I would create, let me show you again the inspect element, and this was the last application which you already saw, that we created some objects over here. As you can see right over here, I have got 4 objects. So let me create one more object to show you that this application is also working fine, and then I will show you the main part of the story. Playing with domain, that's what I will say. Yeah, it's truly really enjoying. uh, Great fun. Okay, so let me add, and as I do, the message comes, stays, and then goes off, and here is the to do gets created. So that means this application is also working fine, and you saw the dynamic ID is getting generated, and this is the title, this is the text that I mean that what I have inserted, right? So now what I will do is I will show you something very interesting, and now I will show you a route. Instead of going for a subdomain, this time what I will do is, like, I will go for something called user import, and that means I am in my main root domain. Inside the root domain I have created a separate folder, and within that folder I have added all the React application. The React application which I showed you in my last video was in the subdomain part, but rather creating subdomain, what I thought is, like, let's do one thing. How about creating a subfolder, or creating a folder within the root? In that case, what happens, you will be able to see the root as well. At the same time, you would see the React application. That means in this way I can generate as many React application I want, and that would be under the root route. You don't have to change the root route, and in fact the SSL is also working. So that's a cool part. That means the security is also implemented very smoothly. Well, and that means everything is working fine. The root is also there, plus the subdirectory is also there. Well, subdomain can be also there, that's not a problem, but this is another approach you can maintain, where you are maintaining the root as well as the subdirectory you are creating. Okay, now let's come to this application. Let's come to the console, because this output I will be showing in the console rather than in the local storage. And as I refresh the page, look over here, this is the React application. The reason you are not seeing any kind of extension, you are just seeing the name of the folder, but you don't know the file name, or you have got no idea what extension the file is. And that's the beauty of the single page application. So this is a single page application, because React is a single page library. So for that reason, this is a single page application. And in my next video, definitely I will talk about the route which I have stated. So now let me give a input over here. Suppose Raj Aryan, that's my input, and I click on submit button. As I do that, you see the object which you even saw in the last video. And over here the input I have been able to extract the input separately. That means using the use state hook of React, I'm taking the user input, and this is in the form of an object because multiple input I'm taking, and then I am going for destructuring, and after destructuring I have been able to segregate the data of the first text box and the data of the second text box. So that's how the React application and the use state hook is working over here. Well, a lot of more things are going to come across from now onward, because I'm fully working on the React application, and as you can see over here, I have been able to create a subdirectory. So that means I can create more React application under the root route, and that's the beauty. You don't have to go and create like a subdomain every time, because that needs a little bit of configuration at the hostinger side. But if you go for a subdirectory, you don't need any configuration. You just have to configure your web server, and that's where the main part of this particular video lies. Okay, so just wait for the next video where I will be working few more things about React application. Okay, until then, have a nice time. Bye bye.